Hello, dear students. In the previous lecture of the p block elements, we have already studied the physical properties of nitrogen family. Okay, today we will start our topic with the chemical property. I am again listing what the various chemical property we have to study. First one, we will study oxidation states. Mean to say what kind of different kind of oxidation state they can show. Second, we will reaction with hydrogen. We will study that what kind of hydrides they are forming. Then reaction with oxygen. Then reaction with halogen, what kind of halides they are forming. And at last, reaction with metal. These 4 or 5 chemical property we have to study for the nitrogen family. Okay, I am starting from the first one, that is your oxidation state. So I told you that first go for their general electronic configuration. You know that is NS2NP3. This is a valence shell electronic configuration. So if we draw the orbital diagram, this will be the electronic arrangement for the particular. So if we talk about the gaining of the electron, mean to say what's the negative oxidation state these elements can show. So we know that 3 electrons can be accommodated by them. So that's why -3 is the more readily oxidation state they are showing. Then what they will do further? Only 3 they can gain, that's why -3. What about the losing? We know that nitrogen is a non-metal, but there is more electronegative atom present in the periodic table, that is oxygen, halogens, particularly fluorine. So that's why in that case it can lose electron as well. So they will show either they will lose all these 3, so that will show +3 by losing, and these 2 electron as well, so +5. So these are the most common oxidation states shown by the nitrogen family. The whole nitrogen family show these common oxidation state, that is -3, +3, +5. Despite that, nitrogen particularly is capable to exist in +1, +2 by losing. +3 we have already discussed, +4 these oxidation states are also shown by the nitrogen. Same by the phosphorus, that they are also able to exist in these particular oxidation state. These variable oxidations can be shown by the phosphorus as well. Okay, so we know that now that they can show the oxidation state ranging from the -3 to +5. So that's why nitrogen is capable to undergo a lot of disproportionation reaction easily, like nitric acid in acidic medium particularly, they will break up into this particularly form. So here nitrogen oxidation state is considerable, we'll talk is +3, here is it +2, here it is +5. So increase, decrease. So mean to say nitrogen is able to show disproportionation in acidic medium. Phosphorus also show the same phenomena. Okay, phosphorus exists in this higher oxidation state in their oxacids of the phosphorus particularly, like phosphoric acids. Okay, the higher oxidation state, positive oxidation state shown there by the phosphorus. So that, however, you will tell that most common oxidation state are -3, +3 and +5. But if you talk about the +3 and +5 states, +3, if we move down the group, +3 is stable, +5 is unstable. Like hardly any compound of bismuth is known particularly exist in the, hardly this is also a unstable compound. Okay, this is the only compound where bismuth exists in the +5 oxidation state, and that is also unstable. Mean to say, if you talk about the lower elements, mean to say arsenic, antimony and bismuth, they are more ready to show +3 as compared to +5. +5 is unstable for them. And why? Due to inert pair effect. And what is inert pair effect? I have told you to revise that topic particularly. I am explaining what is inert pair effect. That the outer orbital, particularly in lower elements, the energy gap is start becoming more. As we move down the group, the energy gap between NH2 and NH3 becomes what? Large. That's why they will filling NH2 with these orbital as stable. So that's why only they will able to lose these 3 electrons, and hence +3 is stable for them as compared to +5. So that much you have to explain in case of the oxidation state, that what kind of negative as well as positive oxidation can be shown by those which are more expecting be more stable for them. Like as lower we are moving, lower oxidation state is more stable. Mean to say +3 is more stable as compared to higher oxidation state +5. Okay. Now one more thing we have to discuss in case of the oxidation state, and that is anomalous behavior or character of nitrogen. Nitrogen is a second period element here. Second period element all second period elements almost show anomalous character to their respective group. So the nitrogen is the one whose character is different as compared to the lower one. How and why? First thing. So what is the reasons for its anomalous character? Let's talk about. So there is various reasons which can be reasonable for the nitrogen anomalous character. The first one governing is the atomic size. Second, non-availability. This is in the best one. Non-availability of d orbital, because all the rest of these all elements have d orbital present empty in them. Okay, but that is not in the case of the nitrogen. Another thing which is responsible is the electronegativity. It is a high electronegativity, and ionization enthalpy also is the reason, because it have very high ionization enthalpy. However, these two factors are quite governing to the factor that yes, nitrogen is showing some different character. What kind of different character it is showing? Like its maximum covalence. You have to pay attention that covalence and oxidation state is completely different thing. Covalence depend on what? Number of orbitals in valence shell. So nitrogen only have 4 orbitals, 1 with 2s and 3 from 2p. So they have only 4 orbitals. So that is why nitrogen maximum covalence can be 4. But in case of the rest of elements, they can there expand their octet, like phosphorus, particularly showing PF-6, mean to say its oxidation state, its hybridization has get increased from sp3d2. Okay, mean to say it can expand. It can use the empty d orbitals to expand its covalence, its bonding, but that is not in the case of the nitrogen because it do not have d orbital particularly present in them. So that's why nitrogen maximum covalence is 4, while the rest of can expand their covalence because of availability of d orbital. What the other thing? Nitrogen is not, I am crossing that thing, not able to form p pi d pi bonding. Oh sorry, d pi, or you can say d pi p pi. Why? Because it do not have d orbital. This will represent the orbitals for the nitrogens, but d is not present. That's why nitrogen is never capable. However, it can form p pi bonding. This bonding can be formed by the hydrogen. Why? And these two are not formed by. This is normally performed because p orbital is present while d orbital is not present. While if you talk about the rest of element, they can form d pi p pi as well as p pi bonding. They all can show. mean to say phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, they can presently show these all kind of bonding, but nitrogen will not able to form the d pi or d pi d pi or d pi p pi orbital. So that's why nitrogen behavior is always different. One another thing, if you talk about the bonding, N2 is the higher bond enthalpy as compared to phosphorus. Why? Because they exist in singular bonding. They all single bonds exist in these rest of element. Bismuth is present in the metallic bonding, that is quite different. Here is the sharing single bond. Nitrogen is triple bonded. That's why its bond enthalpy is quite high. But if you compare N single bond to N, this is the single bond, it is weaker as compared to these particular bonds. Why? Because non-bonding electrons are more available, that's why the repulsion is more, and that's why the bond is weaker. That's why these element is capable to show catenation, good, but nitrogen is not able to show catenation. So why nitrogen is not able to show catenation? Because single bond is weaker, okay, in case of, as compared to the rest of elements. So that's the other thing. So three things I have told you particularly regarding anomalous character. First, I told you that what are the regions, that is atomic size, non-availability of d orbital, electronegativeness, ionization enthalpy. Then I explained you what the different thing exists in nitrogen, what kind of properties it is showing the different. Like in first case I told you that yes, it cannot expand its covalence maximum, then the maximum it is 4, it will not expand. Then it will not able to form d pi or d pi p pi bonding. Third, it will never show catenation property. So these are the anomalous behavior which the nitrogen is showing as compared to the respective group elements. Okay. Now the next one is reaction with hydrogen. What are kind of hydrogen reaction they are forming? Those are known as hydrides. That what kind of hydrides they are forming. So generally we will say they will form the hydrides of ES3 kind. E is representing by nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. They all form the hydride of ES3 type. Okay, because they showing the 3 particular character over there. Okay, plus 3 oxidation. But we have to discuss about the hydride stability. As you move down the group like this, we are discussing NS3, PS3, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, hydrides. As you are moving down the group, the reducing nature goes on increasing. Why? We have to explain that well also. The reducing character is more for in this trend. They are following. That bismuth hydride is the strongest reducing agent. However, ammonia is hardly any showing reducing character. But why? They are. Because if you compare the bond particularly, mean to say EH bond, if you will discuss, the bond enthalpy, bond dissociation enthalpy particularly, bond dissociation enthalpy goes on decreasing. If bond and dissociation enthalpy goes on decreasing, more readily it will lose hydrogen and more good it will act as a reducing agent. So reducing nature, that's why we are saying that reducing nature of the hydrides goes on increasing. Thermal stability goes on decreasing. Mean to say, first we have to tell in the hydrogen case what kind of hydrides they are forming. Then we have to compare their thermal stability. So thermal stability is decreasing. Then we will discuss what is the reducing character. Thermal stability, bond dissociation enthalpy is decreasing, that's why reducing nature is increasing. Okay. But if you talk about the basicity, mean to say basic nature, the trend is completely reversed. Mean to say ammonia is more basic as compared to phosphine. In this manner trend will go on. This is for the basic nature of the hydrides. Okay. So basic nature exactly reverse trend as if you compare with the reducing nature. The trend is completely reversed. Okay. So Now, three things I have told you about the hydrogens. That first thing, that what kind of hydrides they are forming. Second, thermal stability of them. Third, their reducing power nature. Fourth, basic nature. One more I will like to tell about. There is an important expression question that PH3 have higher melting boiling point as compared to ammonia. If you go for the melting boiling point trends, and if you compare the elements, hydrides particularly, NH3, PH3, so you will find out that melting boiling point trends is in this manner. After phosphine, it goes on increasing. First, it will decrease, then it will increase. Reason for increase from phosphine to here. For increase, we can explain on what is van der Waals attraction. Van der Waals attraction is increasing. That's why melting boiling point is increasing for the hydrides. But why phosphine have lower melting boiling point as compared to ammonia? Because ammonia can form H bonding. Okay, that is the question can be in the different format as well. That why ammonia is a liquid and phosphine is a gas. PH3 is termed as phosphine. Why phosphine is a gas? Why ammonia is a liquid? And why ammonia is have a higher melting boiling point as compared to phosphine? However, mass of phosphine is larger. So the whole reason is due to H bonding. Ammonia is capable to form the H bonding. That's why we can say that yes, ammonia can exist in liquid state and ammonia can have higher melting boiling point as compared to hydrogen. Okay, so today we will discuss only two properties. First one is the oxidation state, second one is your hydrides. So pay attention towards what I have told you, that about these one hydrides, what kind of hydrides, what kind of their nature, reducing, basic, thermal stability, exception questions on that ways. In case of the oxidation state, what kind of oxidation states are possible. You also have to understand the meaning of the covalence. Okay, covalence is completely different thing as comparing with the oxidation state. Then anomalous character, that is also the reason. This is the important thing you have to discuss, that why nitrogen is showing different behavior as compared to the respective group elements. Okay, so today first thing you will read the topic. Second, make notes. And today's topic, you have great opportunity to sort out questions, short kind, exception particularly. Okay, 10 in your rough note. That is your homework. Okay, thank you.